Yeah, so we'll see when he does that. I mean, again, he begs us to come literally every game it does, so you'd think it'd be used to this by now as Lindsay takes it out of the back of the end zone there to the 20. And Alex saying, I want Justin to win, but I think Phil does. I mean, yeah, I mean, without Jonathan Taylor, yeah, you could definitely make the argument that Phil's the favorite. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Justin's going to win. I can't explain it rationally, not based on scheme or like what I've seen so far, but I just have a good feeling about it. But again, my predictions continue to be trash, so that doesn't mean much. Alex saying I'd rather play Justin than Phil. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, yeah. 100% get that. Dan says I predict Justin wins. Yeah, that's what I think too, Dan. Of course, we'll see what happens here. Again, not the best start from Phil in the world. Tried to force a corner route and threw an interception there to Yassine. And now we have a 1st and 10 at 20. We have not seen Philip Lindsay, I don't think, touch the ball on offense yet. I think Phil started off with 3 straight passes, if I remember correctly. But this will be his 2nd offensive drive, and we'll see what happens here. Of course, Philip Lindsay will take it on the stretch here, able to bounce it to the inside. Gets killed once again, and I apologize, this one's his 2nd rush. And actually, I remember Lindsay got decleated on the first one as well. 2nd 5 at 26, of course. Phil hasn't real like his passing numbers, his rushing numbers haven't like blown you away necessarily, but he's just been really efficient as once again Lindsay gets decleated. And I don't know if this is Justin doing a really good job with hit sticks or if he has it on aggressive tackling. I don't remember seeing him put on aggressive tackling, so I think Justin's just laying the lumber so far. But regardless, good stuff here by Denver. Of course, 2 straight runs and a 1st down, 1st and 31. As Drew Lock will drop back. Remember, he threw an interception last time, as he will go immediately to the drag route. That is Hamler with a gain of 3, and that is Drew Lock's first completion of the day. See Matt's predicting whoever runs inside zone more will win. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that. I think it'll be really interesting to see how Justin's able to get his running game going without Jonathan Taylor. He wasn't really forced to in that first drive, as we have a drop back here, and he will go to the short out route as Sutton able to spin inside. I think they'll give him the 1st down. Yes, they do. 1st and 10, and it looks like right tackle Dotson is hurt, although I expect him to come back. 1st and 10 at 42. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Drew Lock once again trying to make a cook. One of the biggest storylines this season, again, is Phil winning that division with Alex, with Chase, with Morty. That's highly impressive in my opinion. As Lock will drop back as corner route. Intercepted once again by Yassine. 2nd straight pick by Yassine, and it's on the same route concept as well. Denver really trying to force it, and man, Lock's going to have to figure something else out because that has not been open. He's gone to it twice, and 2 interceptions here by the MVP of the game so far. You've seen 1st and 10 at the 50, and Indianapolis given strong field position once again. Shocking stuff from Phil. 1st and 10 at the 50 is Boston Scott will take this down the middle, and I expect he Boston Scott. Oh, I thought he broke it there. I was about to lose my ish. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of Boston Scott. He is the fastest and I believe the highest overall running back that Justin has left after, of course, the 8-week injury to Jonathan Taylor. So I'm expecting to see a heavy dose of Boston Scott in this game. He gives you the versatility out of the backfield, the versatility in the passing game as well. So I think it's going to be Boston Scott taking the load here for Justin, and you can interpret that however you want to. As the counter goes for absolutely nothing there, gets stopped at the line, 2nd and 10. I don't hear the popping noise anymore, so I think that's on Justin's end. 2nd and 10 at the 37. Again, Indianapolis given very strong field position 2 times in a row. We've not really seen them drive yet, but again, the game is very young. Only 4 minutes and change remaining in this first quarter as Jacob Eason will drop back. And what will he be able to cook here? Jacob Eason about to take the sack, and yes, he does. Sacked right on the Denver logo there. Bradley Chubb gets through. And it looks like he had that little like hitch and go route open for a second, but did not go to it. Maybe been looking for the corner route, but regardless, 3rd and 22 here at the 4 and 9. And of course, Denver. Well, I would say this is like unconvertible, but we just saw King convert a whole lot of these 3rd and longs against Hero Austin. And, you know, for all the controversy about the 4th down rules after, I think that was the story of the game, was 3rd and long conversions by King in that game, as we will have a deep shot here into double coverage. What will happen here, it probably for the best, ends up falling incomplete, and on 4th and 2, Justin will punt this ball away. Sanchez punt this off, try to pin Phil deep here, and maybe he has backspin on this. Ooh, just goes into the end zone, and that will put Denver on the 20-yard line. And of course, Drew Lock with about as bad of a performance as you could ask for here to begin the game. 2 straight interceptions in the 2 opening drives here, both of them on corner routes, both of them to the same defender, as a matter of fact. Almost like deja vu there, but we have a first set at 20. So we have an RPO here, ends up going to Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay able to take it. Is Lindsay able to break 1 tackle, unable to break the second one? His longest run of the day, gaining 9, second and 1. Also, Ben playing Cloud today. That's going to be a real interesting one. Let me know what you all think about that game as well. Let me know who you think is going to win that one. I mean, that, in my mind, is the most unpredictable one, as Lindsay takes it right up the middle, starting to get those holes. Lindsay with a gain of 15 and a first down. And, yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Justin has one of the best run defenses in this league, I believe second last time I checked. And he's really good at, filling those holes with his user linebacker, much like Hero Austin is. But unable to do so there, gain of 15. That's going to be really important to establish the run here. Is once again, Philip Lindsay takes it right up the middle. Gain of 4 here as Lindsay gets shut down at the first level. Ooh, we're thinking Cloud. All right. I mean, listen, Cloud's been like one of the most impressive users this season, in my opinion. Done a really good job against a tough schedule. I think my prediction is Cloud as well, actually. Of course, we'll see what happens. I really wouldn't be surprised anyway. That to me is the most even matchup, at least based on like pre-game. Like, I really have no clue who's going to win that game. As Drew Lock will do, it looks like kind of a weird draw concept there. Is Philip Lindsay able to fall forward, although I don't think they'll go. Oh, excuse me, they do give him the first down. Kind of tough spot there from Indianapolis's perspective, in my opinion. I'm not sure he got the first, but they gave it to him, first and 10. Denver. Dan saying, I think Ben wins 3rd time's the charm. King saying Ben for sure. All right, we got different predictions here. It is hard to beat someone 3 times in a row. Philip Lindsay takes it up the middle. Philip Lindsay able to spin all the way to the 31-yard line, starting to do a really good job of reading those running lanes. Phil is a really nice cut against the grain there, able to get a gain of 15 in the first down. And of course, Indianapolis really gonna have to stop that. And I will say, Denver having thrown, 2 interceptions already, giving Indianapolis good field position twice, to only come away with that with 3 points, leaving some meat on the bone here if you're Justin for sure. That's you got to get at least 1 touchdown out of that. In my opinion, is Drew Lock will drop back, had the seam right wide open, did not go to it. Go to the corner route once again, risky on some of these, and I'm actually not sure if that was corner route. I apologize. I don't believe it was in retrospect, but regardless, threw it into coverage there, and probably for the best. False incomplete there for Phil, 2nd and 10. Second 10 to 31, under 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Drew Lock will drop back as he will go immediately to the short out route there. Philip Lindsay gets decleated out of bounds. That is a blatant, unnecessary roughness call, in my opinion, but goes uncalled. 3rd and 6 at the 27. See, Matt saying they split regular season. Yeah, you're right. Alex saying Cloud's going to win. Defense, baby. Yeah, I mean, defense carries over in the playoffs for sure, and I would not be surprised at all. Clouds looked very impressive. 3rd and 6 at the 27. We are now under 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's been pretty back and forth so far. Of course, this is the best drive that Drew Lock and company have gotten all game, as Drew Lock will go immediately to James, 1st and 10, as they get a gain of 10 there on the 3rd down. Yeah, Cloud swept it, Ben, CMS. Alex saying Ben's defense sucks, as Drew Lock will hand this off to Philip Lindsay as he falls forward for gain of nothing, and it is the end of the first quarter. Again, a very quick game so far. It's been pretty run heavy on both sides here so far. 2nd and 10 to the 17. Thinking Isabella toast the secondary. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins and Isabella, man, that is a tough 1-2 punch from class perspective. It's really tough to contain both of those users, both of those wide receivers, 2nd and 10 to the 17 is Phil finds himself inside the red zone for the first time as he will drop back. No one really open. Forced throw it away, and that will be intentional grounding. He never rolled out outside the pocket, and that'll be a loss of 15 there. 3rd and 25 of 31, and now I'm expecting like a draw or a hitch route or something. I'm not sure. Denver's going to try to get all this yardage back. As Justin smartly pinches his line there, did not give him quite as much of a hold there as Drew Lock will drop back, only 3-man rush, ends up going to the quick slant route out there to Cortland Sutton, excuse me. It's early all, I can't talk, and that is a nice conversion there, but unable to pick up the third down conversion, and Denver forced to take field goal here, make it 3-3.
A 39-yard attempt.
Kick is up, kick is good, 3-3. Now Indianapolis going to have to drive here for the first time. We have not really seen this Justin offense get going yet. Of course, 2 interceptions by Drew Lock put Justin into good field position twice, but unable to really do much with it. Only 3 combined points, of course, as I said before. Now Indianapolis get the ball to 25, forced to drive for the first time all day. As you can see, there are only 23 offensive yards for Jacob Eason and company so far. It'll be really interesting to see how he gets the running game going here as Wilkins able to fall forward, takes it all the way to the 38-yard line. Really nice job of reading the lane there, although he did a little bit of the classic Justin run into the offensive line there, but able to spin away from it. Gain of 13 and a first down as Wilkins showed those after the play is over. Yeah, I'm not sure, Alex. Like, I get wanting to play Justin over Phil, but like I wouldn't necessarily be terrified of Phil either per se, as we will have an RPO here and ends up going on the bubble screen to Campbell here. Campbell with a really nice gain, takes it all the way to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 once again. 2 straight first downs, and this Indianapolis Colts offense starting to get going here.
And the Colts first down.
How many times have you played Phil, just out of curiosity, Alex? 1st 10 at the 47 this is already the best drive that Indianapolis has gotten all day. We will have a toss to Boston Scott once again. Beautiful lead blocking. Boston Scott able to take it all the way. Boston Scott does a little, okay, just kind of spins out of bounds there. Probably would have just stuck with left stick there with Boston Scott. With a really nice run there. Once again, utilizing the running lanes really well. That is something that Justin's good at no matter who he uses as his running back. And now, 1st 10 at the 20. Not terrified necessarily, but Justin matches up against me better. Phil is worst matchup other than Dan. One spear locked me down. Okay, I mean, you played him one time. I'm not really sure we can talk about matchups. Boston Scott takes it all the way to the 11-yard line, gain of 9. And that is 2nd and 1 to the 11.
He was brought down by Michael O.J. Mudia.
Okay, yeah, but you played him once, Alex. Like, one time. You know, things change.
At the 11-yard line.
Not really sure you can say someone's a bad matchup against you after one game. 2nd and 1 to the 11. So we are heading into 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We have a little power concept here. Boston Scott gets completely locked down at the line of scrimmage. One of the few times that Denver's been able to contain Boston Scott all day. And now we have a 3rd and 1 here at the 11. Got 12 viewers here in this wild card matchup. Big shout out to y'all, and let me know. Make sure to subscribe to Better League Network if you haven't already. And even if you have, gift a sub to the people who refuse to. 3rd and 1 at the 11 as we will motion to White Hilton inside, making more of a tight concept here. As this will most likely be a handoff to Boston Scott. It is indeed. Excuse me, that is Wilkins. Wilkins able to spin forward. Gain of 3 in the first down. Alex is officially banned from Better League Network. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line here. Indianapolis with a really nice drive here. Of course, very run heavy here, but that's what you would expect from Justin. Really good, as I said, at utilizing those running lanes. Jonathan Taylor or otherwise, as Boston Scott will take a toss here. Boston Scott hits the edge. Boston Scott, touchdown Colts!
Boston Scott, the ball carrier. Touchdown Indianapolis.
Thank you, C-Mass. Please feed me. I'm trying to get that steak dinner. It's been weeks since I've eaten them. Frankly, shocked I'm still alive, as that is the first touchdown of the day and a roughing the kicker on a user-controlled player there by Denver. That was kind of weird that I did that. But 10-3 Indianapolis. Really nice, sweet play there for a touchdown. Again, Boston Scott has the speed and the acceleration.
You get a sub. You get a sub. Everybody gets subs.
Alex with the gifted sub there to Lunica. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. And Ryan, I'm surprised you haven't subbed already on your own. A little disappointing there. 1st 10 here at the 19. Again, Denver trying to take that out back of the end zone. They're unable to do so, and they will start this drive off at the 19. And I will say, from Phil's perspective, he not the most explosive offensive user this season, but he's generally been more efficient than this. I'm surprised at how inefficient he's been so far. Again, pretty young game, 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter still, but I'm expecting better here from Phil as this game continues, as we have another handoff right up the middle to Philip Lindsay. And once again, this Colts D-line generally, with the exception of a couple of chunk plays, generally doing a pretty solid job of limiting Philip Lindsay here so far, and that's been really important to try to make Denver one-dimensional. 2nd and 8 at the 21 as Drew Lock once again trying to put points on the board for the first time here. Dan saying, Lego. I feel it as the corner blitz does not come through. Angle route and Lindsay gets killed, excuse me. Drew Lock, only 50% completion, 35 yards, and 2 picks on the day. Not the best start in the passing game here from Denver.
8 yards to go.
Justin avoided the hole, ran right into the back of his O-line and got the first. That's the Justin experience right there. We're all used to it at this point, as this will be a 3-man rush here, 3rd and 8. Drew Lock, once again, no one really open. He'll try to take a deep shot into double coverage. Almost came down with it anyway. We have seen a lot of those contested catches there by, the big athletic wide receivers, but unable to come down with it there in Denver. Forced punt ball away. And so far, Indianapolis doing a really solid job here defensively. As Phil punts this ball away, it will stay in bounds. What we'll be able to do here is Rodgers able to juke one man, but gets tackled by that very same man. And they will start off at the 37 here, just over 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Again, Denver's really going to have to figure things out here offensively. They've really not gotten... they had a sustained drive there. Of course, it ended in only a field goal, but unable to do much here so far, and that's going to be really interesting to see how Phil adjusts as this game goes forward. But for now, Jacob Eason and company takes the field once again, 1st and 10, up 10-3, and we will have a play action here as Jacob Eason drops back. He might have the post route. T.Y. Hilton, touchdown Colts.
Eason's pass complete to number 13, T.Y. Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And that's that unsupported cover too, man. And if you don't drop the middle linebacker into a deep blue, that will be wide open every single time, especially in the wide nine formation there. Excuse me. And Indianapolis able to pick that cover 2 apart. 17-3 Colts, and so far, as we said, Justin looking like the far more composed and, quite frankly, far better user so far, although still a young game, only down by 14 in the first half, as Philip Lindsay will take this out of the end zone once again. Not getting much as Philip Lindsay gets killed again. Really going to have to watch those hit sticks because Justin's laid a lot of those down. And I'm honestly a little surprised we haven't seen a fumble yet. 17-3, and Denver will take the field once again. Drew Lock and company once again have gotten very little this game so far. 4-man rush does not get through, and he goes a hit route, nearly intercepted by Leonard. And man, this Phil passing offense so far, I have to say he's trying to force a whole lot of shit here right now, and I am just not a fan. 2nd and 10 at the 21. Although I will say, to Justin's credit, it's not like I've seen a ton of open routes either. I've only really seen one that Phil's missed so far. At least from what I've seen again, which is probably very limited. But Justin doing a good job of locking down with his coverage here. May have seemed right open, does not go to it. Ends up going to Noah Fant. And I don't believe they'll give him the first down. Looked like he stepped out of bounds before he got there. Yes, that is correct. 3rd and inches at the 30. I think if he leaves that seam route to the left, I think that's a big gain there from Phil's perspective. But he missed it, and now Drew Lock will have to convert into 3rd and inches here. And I'd be surprised if we don't see an inside zone here, honestly. Nope, Drew Lock drops back. Once again, goes to the hitch route there. We know how much Phil loves his curl routes. That is getting 18 on the first down. Out to Phil blaming EA after the game. High. I'll just say that. Very high. 1st and 10 to 48. Although, if Phil tries to, don't listen to it, because there's been very little EA this game so far. Really on both sides. Justin's just been the better user so far, in my opinion. 1st and 10 to the 48. We are now 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We have a handoff Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay, once again, Justin doing a good job, although there wasn't really Justin does, Colts team, but Justin's Colts doing a really good job of shutting Lindsay down to the first level so far, 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
If you're in here right now, make sure to also watch Cloud Ben on Better League Network at, I believe it's 10 Eastern. That will be CMAS and Cam, I believe, on the call, and I'm not sure if Cam may have commentated one game before. I'm not sure if he has. Goes to the seam route this time. Noah Fant with a contested catch. Beautiful stuff there. Put it on a rope and Drew Lock with his longest completion of the day, and now Denver's starting to get the offense going a little bit. First and 10 at 22. But yeah, 49ers, Cardinals, 10 Eastern, CMAS and Cam. Make sure to watch that. First 10 at 22, Denver really needs to put 7 on the board here, in my opinion, to get some semblance of momentum before halftime. 5-man rush gets picked up perfectly. We have verticals. Philip Lindsay comes down with a gain of 13 and first down. This is not the first time that Denver's been inside the 10-yard line, but, of course, unable to put a touchdown on the board so far, but still plenty of time. First and goal at the 9. Phil loves the tight end seam. Not to give people more notes than they need on me, but so do I. I love that too. First and goal is Philip Lindsay, misses the hole. Philip Lindsay throws forward. Touchdown Broncos. Salute to the Queen of England right there. Beautiful drive by Denver, and they supplant it with a touchdown by Philip Lindsay. Almost missed the PAT, although it does go through. 17-10 Colts, and now Indianapolis trying to put more points on the board here before halftime. As Dan said, yes, Cloud Ben his last game. So far, wild card matchups we got Dan versus King. We got Alex versus the winner of this game. What's the deal with the other 2 wild card games? Do we know yet? Or again, you can tell how much I'm paying attention. It really broke my heart when Phil lost that Week 17 game, not going to lie to you. First and 10 at 25, 2 minutes 21 remaining in this first half. Again, pretty back and forth so far, although, again, I still think Justin's been better of 2 years. Boston Scott bouncing to the outside. Boston Scott with a really nice juke here, and watch out. Boston Scott all the way to the 49-yard line. Gain of 26 and a first down for the Colts.
A gain of 26 yards.
I'm telling y'all, man, even without Jonathan Taylor, Justin is one of the better runners in this league. He's been that way since he joined, and now Indianapolis with a first and 10 inside Denver territory. Up 17-10, of course. As we approach 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning hits. And Phil really going to need to get a stop here, or at least hold him to 3, try to conserve some momentum from that last touchdown drive, because it'd be a pretty bad blow if, Denver finally got a good drive going, finally put 7 on the board. But if Indianapolis comes back and immediately scores 7 again, that's a pretty bad blow to Phil's confidence, in my opinion, at least would be for me. First and 10 at the 49 here. Of course, we have hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining as he immediately goes to Burton. A little risky there, but able to get the quick pass going, and that is a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. And with 3 timeouts, time not really an issue right now, but I think it'll actually be important to see how Denver is able to conserve time for a possible drive of their own here. 2nd and 1 to the 40. Yeah, Steele and Fern played already as Boston Scott once again takes it. Ooh, he may have had something if he bounced outside a little bit there, but able to fall forward for a gain of 2 and a first and 10 at the 38 here. And the time continues to tick. This will likely be the last drive of the second half here, at least second quarter, excuse me. Who does Rhode Island Austin play? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. First 10 and 38. Drops back. Oh, no, he plays Steele, right? I think. No. I'm sorry, because that was a NFC game. I apologize. See, this happened last time, too. I keep getting the 2 Austins, confused, and they're in different Taint with the subscription. Thank you so much. Once again, trying to feed my family, trying to feed CMAS's family. Thank you for subscribing to Better League Network, or it looks like resubscribing, I should say. First and 10 at the 24 as we are now under a minute remaining. As Boston Scott once again utilizes this hole really well there. Takes it all the way to the 9-yard line. And now if I'm Denver, I might consider starting to call my timeouts, try to conserve some time. No, Indianapolis calls timeout.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
First 10 of the 9, we have 56 seconds remaining, and again, really important in my opinion for Phil to get a stop here. I'd be really surprised if we see anything than a heavy dose of Boston Scott here. Boston Scott tries to take it up the middle, does a nice job of utilizing the holes he had, but gain of 6 here. Now, this is what I was looking for. Denver calling timeout, trying to conserve some time for the drive of their own. 2nd goal to 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ooh, Austin versus Cody. Yeah, Cody's the 1 seed. I forgot about that for some reason. That'll be a fun one. Of course, two users that know each other very well. And it's just inside the bedroom. A second goal to 3, 49 seconds remaining. Of course, I expect to see a punch right up the middle here. That's exactly what we see. Wilkins does not fall forward, gets it to the 2-yard line. Denver, again, utilizes their last time out, try to get a, try to give themselves some time here. Cody's gonna lose. Okay. I mean, listen, if I beat Cody, I don't want to beat Cody, and that's facts. Thank God they play and I get just under Phil. Yeah, I mean, Cody Austin is a clash of the Titans for sure. 3rd and goal to 2 here, and how cute will Justin get with this play call here? Will he pound it up the middle, or will he throw the ball? Looks like he's going to throw it. Gets it. Oh my God! I thought this was going to be a pick 6 for a second. Went for the SWAT animation. That could have been real costly there from Indianapolis's perspective. And again, interesting. Justin, because he had a 4th and 1 and he kicked a field goal on it earlier, and now 4th and goal on the 2-yard line, and he's going to kick a field goal. Do y'all agree with this? Because I'm not sure I do. I think, I don't know, man. 4th and 1, like, inside the 40, I think you go for it every single time. But I was thinking you had to drag wide open. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was looking at the same route that Justin ended up going to, excuse me, so I'm not really sure. But regardless, takes the 3 there. And now Denver going to try to put some more points on the board here before halftime. Oh my God, Philip Lindsay is just getting depleted pretty much every time he gets the ball. First 10 to 23. I don't know though, y'all. I think I would have gone for it there, honestly. But, you know, there's definitely room to disagree there. Drew locked off track. Looks like he will go to the slip screen, and Will Philpin to get the block. And as both guys went for the cut block, and it did not work. And now, only a game of 3 here as we are under 20 seconds remaining now at this point. I'd be blown away if Phil's able to put any points on the board. Oh my God, he made. Oh, I think he had Judy if he had just looked for it. Looks like Judy had his step, and Drew Lock rolls out and hangs on to it. And now Indianapolis calling timeout, maybe trying to bait Phil into doing something stupid. Oh man, I think he had Judy, y'all. I think Judy had a step. They're 9 here at 24. Again, only 9 seconds left. This may be the last play of the first half here. Fakes the touch pass there. Probably just going to yeet it up here as Drew Lock rolls out. Yeah, just rolls out of bounds. Minus 19 yards, but it don't matter. That will be halftime. Indianapolis Colts 20. Denver Broncos 10. And I believe Justin gets the ball first. Yes, he does. So. Okay, that was weird.
Stop.
Justin in clear control here, and I heard the moan, but I can't see what happened in the chat. This looks like JoJo Splash followed. Shout out to you, JoJo Splash. This is a Madden CFM. You'll see, I mean, we're in the middle of our class right now, so if you follow us, if you subscribe to us, we'll see a whole lot of announced CFM games. One of the best Madden CFMs in the world. Shout out to Alex Gossett for starting this. 1st and 10 at 25, of course, as we hit halftime. Indianapolis will get the ball back at the 25 here. As he will hand it off right to Boston Scott. Once again, Boston Scott doing a really good job of utilizing the blocking. Able to juke one man, although unable to juke the second. Boston Scott, 11 rushes, 122 yards on the day. Again, I'm telling y'all, he does not need Jonathan Taylor to be successful in the running game. He is a strong runner. He'll do it with whomever. And it looks like Boston Scott has some wheels on him, so I'm sure Indianapolis really excited to use him first 10 at the 40 once again after that gain of 15. Yeah, I mean, there's no real downside to running out of bounds there. You know, guarantees no fumble or whatever. As Jacob Eason lobs the drag route perfectly. One-handed catch by T.Y. Hilton. Did a really nice job of making sure only T.Y. Hilton can catch that ball. First 10 of the 44. Is Indianapolis once again putting a nice drive together here?
Colts, first down.
Looks like we'll see another RPO concept here. He immediately goes to the out route. I know Justin loves that. T.Y. Hilton gets past. Ooh, Jukes. Interesting. Jukes no one there, and he will get a gain of 22. Maybe if he just kept running there. Well, who knows? But regardless, first 10 at 22 here. Of course, Indianapolis putting a really solid drive together. If he's able to go up by 3 possessions here, that would be not debilitating because we're still, very early in the second half here, but be pretty bad for Phil's chances moving forward. First 10 here is we have a stretch here to Boston Scott. The blocking does not pick up the user there, and that is a loss of 1. For one of the few times all day, Phil shooting the gap well there with his user linebacker and forcing the loss. A little bit of buffer there. I apologize for that. 2nd and 11 of the 23. Of course, Jacob Eason trying to put 7 on the board here, potentially. What will we see? Multiple seam routes. Watch A unless he guards it. He does not go to it, and A is unguarded as he gets absolutely leveled. And I'm surprised he didn't break his neck there because he landed right on his helmet. 3rd and 11 of the 23. And that was clutch by the safety there to prevent the touchdown because that looked like a nice read initially. 3rd and 11 of the 23. Negative plays hurt in-game confidence. I fully believe that's a thing. Do you mean like the users' in-game confidence, or do you mean like the players? Like, what do you mean by that? Because, well, 3rd and 11 and 23. Once again, makes a series of adjustments. Only a 4-man rush here. Does a really nice job of using it. Goes to Burton, and Burton gets the nice animation. Trey Burton, touchdown, Colts! And that's the first time all day where I can say that Justin got a little bit lucky. That maybe should have been an incompletion, and if not, at least a tackle there behind the line of gain. But Trey Burton able to spin away from it, and that is a touchdown for the Indianapolis Colts, now up by 17 points. What will Denver be able to do here to try to get back in this game? 27-10 Colts. And now Phil's going to have to take back over. Philip Lindsay drops, goes all the way 25 there, and means virtual players once they throw some picks, their QB starts to overthrow. I mean, yeah, I thought that, is that not common knowledge? I thought that was like, a thing that, I mean, yeah, like, interesting. I always thought that was a thing. Drew Lock drops back, goes to the in route there as Sutton able to break a tackle. Sutton, really nice juking there, able to get it to the 36-yard line. Phil already conceding the streams channel. Gain of 11 there, and yeah, I always assumed that like once you throw a couple picks with the QB, he gets less accurate. I have like always noticed that personally, but first 10 here, handoff to Philip Lindsay. Lindsay able to make 1 tackle, falling forward really nicely there, although only a gain of 5. Well, gain of 4, I guess. 2nd and 6 of the 41.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
But maybe I'm justifying my own trashiness. 2nd and 6 of the 41. Drew Lock making a series of adjustments since he's going to have to put points on the board right now, in my opinion, to stay in this game mentally. Ooh, as he ends up going to Noah Fant there. Noah Fant gets hit way out of bounds there. But nice completion there. And I'm seeing a lot of pretty similar route concepts from Phil so far. Dan, let me know what you think. But just based on what I'm seeing a lot of, like crossing routes. Not crossers, don't yell at me, Cody, but crossing routes. And like levels concepts that I think Justin's generally doing a pretty good job of guarding here. So we'll see if he's able to get it. Really nice to Sutton there, and Sutton able to break a tackle. Sutton spins all the way to the 33-yard line. And Denver's starting to put a drive together here.
16 more yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Drew Lock drops back once again, only 4-man rush. Lock, once again, Willis doing a really nice job of guarding there, unable to really get anything, and Drew Lock will take off here. Drew Lock able to get a gain of 5 there, probably got the most that he could there. 2nd and 5 at the 28.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is just Justin doing a good job with his user, honestly, as he will drop back, go to the seam route. Really nice catch there by Sutton. Really nice possession catch. Led him to the left where the defender couldn't get it, and that is a gain of 15 in the first down. And Denver's really going to need to put 7 on the board here, in my opinion, for Phil to stay in it mentally, especially if, as you said, he's already conceding mentally. Justin outplaying him on offense, and Phil made some tough decisions in the first quarter. Slip screen to Lindsey. He has the blocking. William. Oh my God! A vicious hit by Hooker and a fumble on the 4-yard line, and Malik Hooker ends Lindsey's life and gets the ball back at the 5. Ooh, that's real tough there. That is real tough. I mean, nice hit by Justin, honestly. It looked like that was a user hit stick, so you can't really be too mad at that, especially with all the hit sticks already landed. But, man, that is pretty debilitating for Phil's chances, because that was a really nice drive up until then, as Boston Scott takes it up the middle for a gain of 2.
Blake Cashman on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 7-yard line.
Second and 8 to 7. Indianapolis already with 311 total offensive yards. It looks like we have a slip screen here, and he really have the blocking. Runs to his own offensive lineman again. Boston Scott tries to get the first down there, although unable to do so. 3rd and 1, and Denver really going to need to stop here, force Indianapolis to punt, because at this point, I mean, you can't let Indianapolis take too much time with this drive down by 3 possessions. I'll tell y'all what, if, not to kiss of death on anyone here, but if Justin ends up holding on to this win, that Justin-Alex game is going to be a poignant viewing. That is going to be one of the most toxic games in Bear League history, in my opinion. Handoff T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton with a really nice juke there, because that looked like it was going to be completely shut down there by the left end, but able to juke to the hole. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the play. 1st down, Indianapolis.
And again, the time continues to tick. What will we see Phil do here to try to maybe bait Justin to a bad read? We really have not seen much here, as he would go immediately. Boston Scott pitch route. Does go for the first down, and Boston Scott once again spinning forward. And I'll tell you what, man. This offensive efficiency by Justin, this is what I was expecting from Hero Austin in his game against King, was like this type of offensive approach. But, I mean, I'll tell you what, man. Justin's just outplaying Phil, just straight up. Like, you can't... Wait, like, you can't tell yourself anything else here. He's doing a really nice job, as this will be an RPO, and a handoff to Boston Scott. Boston Scott tries to juke. Unable to do so, he will fall forward, although he gets stuck at the line there. 2nd and 9 at the 30, and going no huddle here. Interesting. Maybe he sees something he likes from Phil's offensive scheme. I'll be interested to see what he does here, because it's the first time he's gone no huddle all day. As Harris gets through, he goes to Boston Scott immediately on dump off, and Boston Scott with a spin. And Phil just moving his player out of the way there, allowing Boston Scott to get an extra couple yards. 3rd and 4 at the 36-yard line again. Indianapolis up 27-10. Yeah, it's going to be a real good game, and I'm going to try to commentate it if I can. 3rd and 4 at 36. They're now under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter here. Denver really needs to stop. Just straight up, down by 3 possessions. Especially with how that last drive ended, as Jacob Eason drops back. He will have T.Y. Hilton, ends up going to T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton with a clutch catch there, and another first down here. Another 3rd down conversion for Justin. 1st down at the 47.
Gain of 12. 1st down, Colts.
Who's going to win between Little Alex and Justin? Who? I gotta say, man, I mean, the way young Alex looked against Morty, well, I don't know, because, I mean, you could... I mean, I admittedly didn't watch Rhode Island Austin play his game, so I could be talking out of turn here, but I mean, you can make the argument that young Alex and Justin so far have put together the 2 most impressive offensive performances so far, at least the 2 most efficient. But again, I didn't see the Austin game, so that's with that caveat. I think I would go with young Alex in that game, but that's another game where, like, I wouldn't be surprised no matter what happens, honestly. 1st 10, handoff to Boston Scott. Boston Scott tries to hit the hole, falls forward for gain of 3. Who do y'all think would win that game? Let me know what you think. But, I mean, again, this game not completely over, but again, as Justin continues to get this drive going here, looking worse and worse from Phil's perspective. 2nd and 7 at the 36. And a field goal, not the worst thing here if you're Denver, but you really do not want to give up a touchdown, aka a potential 4 possession game, excuse me. Let's see, we'll go with RPO. There's Michael Pittman, unable to do much with it, loss of 1. And as we approach the end of the third quarter, you all know what to do. I'm not going to say it yet, but you all know what to do. I want to see what you all think I'm going to ask you to do. Put your 4s in the chat! Thank you, Dan. Shout out to you. 3rd and 7, and Alex for that matter. 3rd and 7 at the 37. Young Alex, I guaranteed that you would win, and that's on God. 10 minutes remaining in this wild card showdown between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. So far, Justin has looked like the far better user, but we will see what happens here. So he drops back, may have had A there for a second, but Jacob Eason will roll out. Willie force it, does not smartly, throws the ball away, not wanting to force it and give Denver any momentum. And is he in field goal range? It looks like he might be. This is going to be a tough kick, but if he's able to get this, make it 30-10 potentially. Ooh, this might be a tough kick, actually, looking at the win situation. All right, kick is up, kick is good. Really nice there from the kicker, from Rodrigo Blankenship, former Georgia Bulldog. 30-10 Indianapolis, and pretty important there from Phil's perspective. Makes it the keeps it within 3 possessions, excuse me. But gonna need to score a touchdown right now. And Phil Lindsay almost broke something there, but ends up taking it to the 20-yard line. Interesting there. We've seen Phil take it out of the back of the end zone all day, and he's costing himself, 5-10 yards by doing it. Does Philip Lindsay have return man? I don't know. First 10 to 20. As Drew Lock will drop back again, only 3-man rushes. He will go to 0. Intercepted by Malik Hooker. And Hooker, after just forcing the fumble on the last drive, going to try to take a pick 6 here. Malik Hooker takes it all the way to the 7-yard line. And is that the death bell there for this Denver Broncos season? 30-10 Indianapolis, and now having it in the 7-yard line here. And man, Drew Lock's been throwing picks all day long, boys. I mean, you gotta say Justin's just outplayed Phil straight up, as he will come out Wildcat here. Kind of interesting, first goal at 7. As we will have an RPO here to Campbell. Campbell bounces outside. Touchdown Colts as he showboats in the end zone. As man, who saw a Justin blowout win coming? I certainly didn't, but you gotta say, man, Justin's performed about as well as you could possibly ask him to do, excuse me, and with that extra point, it'd be 37-10 Colts, an absolutely dominant wire-to-wire performance, of course. You can see the shakiness set in when Phil started off his performance with back-to-back interceptions. That was definitely a bad sign, but a couple bad breaks. Of course, that fumble on the 5 was tough, but Justin, the far better user between the two this game, the far more efficient user, and Philip Lindsay. We'll take that to the 22-yard line. 9 minutes 30 remaining, down by 27 points here in Mile High Stadium. You're goddamn right. That's the kiss of death, Alex. You know the life I'm about. 1st and 10 at the 22. Again, 9 minutes 30 remaining. Drew Lock will drop back. And how aggressive will he get? Has the seam route wide open. And for the first time, Justin capitulates a long pass here. Noah Fant. Touchdown Broncos. And they'll make it a 3-possession game once again. A chunk play there by Drew Lock. That's the first time that Justin's really, allowed a deep ball with his user. Maybe for some reason didn't see the seam coming, even though he's seen it coming the rest of the day. But that's what you need from Denver if you're going to put together a historic comeback here, as the kick will go through, make it 37-17 Colts.
Makes the score Colts 37, Broncos 17.
All I'm saying is y'all remember that 31-0 blown lead week 1.
The Colts take over.
Don't shut off the stream just yet. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see what Justin does here, I mean, we just saw him blow a 14-point lead in the span of 20 seconds, so you never know. 1st 10 at 25, 9 minutes 23 remaining. That drive only took 8 seconds there by the Denver Broncos, and now I'm expecting a very run-heavy approach here, and Phil's really going to have to, in my opinion, stack the box a lot more than he's doing, although Boston Scott only goes for gain of 2 there.
Boston Scott, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
No, yeah, if Justin blows this lead, I'm declaring Phil the Super Bowl champion already, even if he loses next game. That would be like, so funny. 2nd and 8. Again, 9 minutes 6 remaining. As again, I'm expecting a very conservative approach here from Jacob Eason and company. No downfield shots. My opinion is we will have another RPO here and another bubble screen to Michael Pittman, and that does go for a gain of 10 in the first down.
Michael Pittman. A gain of 9 yards and a Colts first down.
Goes out of bounds there. And again, you know, you keep seeing Phil come out in like 4-3 wide 9. Kind of interesting in my opinion because Boston Scott's been utilizing those inside runs really well. As he pinches the D-line there, probably to compensate for what he's doing. As we will have a slip screen here, Boston Scott. Once again, really nice blocking. Boston Scott goes out of bounds, hurdles for God knows why, but yeah, I mean, it's been, you know, pretty conservative approach from Indianapolis here so far, but honestly, in this Madden, that's what you need. 2nd and 5 of the 42 is Scott goes out of bounds. We're really trying to stay in bounds as much as I could if I'm the Colts right now, but didn't want to risk the fumble there. 2nd and 5, and we will likely see a handoff here. Again, I'd be stacking the box way more here. Boston Scott, oh, really nice by the user there. He will take it to the 44, but I'd really be trying to bait Justin into taking deep shots right now because, I mean, Justin's just going to dink and dunk you to death here if you give him the chance, in my opinion.
And it's 3rd down.
Third and 2 to the 44, we may see. Well, it looks like we're going to see a handoff to Boston Scott here as we do exactly that, and the pulling guard shed the user perfectly there, and that is a gain of 10 in the first down. Really nice run there. And yeah, I mean, the man blitz I get, but like, again, these wide 9, the wide 9 formation that Phil's coming out in, like, I mean, Justin's just going to take those interior runs all day, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, I'd probably be pinching the front 7 a little bit more if I were him in terms of the play call, as he will drop back. No one really open, although he does go to the leaking tight end, and Trey Burton gets the gain of 7.
Eason's pass complete to Trey Burton. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
Big shout out to those developers still sticking around. Game not completely over, but it's looking worse and worse for Denver every time Indianapolis converts a 3rd down here. 2nd and 3 at the 39 here, and what will we see? Justin's Indianapolis Colts looks like we'll have a play action, but we have a deep shot here potentially. As he will go to T.Y. Hilton, and look out, boys. Oh, he came down with it, but I think his right booty cheek was out of bounds, and that'll do it. 3rd and 3 at the 39. And now Denver really needs to stop, and if I'm Denver, I'm stacking the box right now. Like, if you beat me through the air, that's fine, but you will not beat me with another interior run. I'll be damned if I let that happen if I'm Denver right now. 3rd and 3 at 39. This looks like this is exactly what we'll see here. The sack gets through, sacked by Cashman. And Denver keeping himself in this right now, forcing Indianapolis to punt. Really nice. I don't know if that was a corner blitz or if that was just like the rusher getting free immediately. But Denver granting themselves a lifeline here, and we're going to need to see a couple more chunk plays here. As it looks like Justin's going to try to pin him out of bounds here. And what will Lindsey be able to do in this kick return? Philip Lindsay sheds tackle, unable to do much with it, though. Takes it to 14, and now just over 6 minutes remain. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, his right booty. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh, daddy. Exactly, C-Mass. Thank you. Shouts to T.Y. Hilton. 1st and 10. Oh, man. Drew Lock will drop back here. Ends up going. Oh, bad throw there. So he had Judy open. How do I see the NFC field playing out? I think Steele's going to lose next round. I don't know who Steele's playing. I think, honestly, C-Mass. Honestly, goddamn, Connor. As we have a nice seam route there to Sutton. Honestly, Dan, I think the winner of that Ben Cloud game would probably be my favorite to make the Super Bowl, honestly. 1st and 10 at the 45. And the reason I say that, oh my God, nearly intercepted again. The reason I say that is I think if Steele does in fact play the way of Cloud and Ben, I think Cloud or Ben are winning that, and then I think I'm just like giving them a higher probability of winning essentially one game than I'm giving you of winning two. Pretty much, if that logic makes any sense. It might not though. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Cloud, especially all season long, as Drew Lock will drop back. He will roll out. Doesn't really have much here, though. He does have the guy wide open. He will go to it, and watch out. Melvin Gordon breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Denver! And they're getting themselves back in this now. Only a 2-possession game. Don't look now. Here come the Denver Broncos.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
Yeah, Dan, I think what it comes down to is I think I would have you favored in a game against Ben, but, I mean, Cloud's been real impressive, man. I'm not saying that Cloud's like the definitive favorite in that game either, but that would be a really tight one in my opinion, especially with how well Cloud's been doing defensively. I think that would be actually a really good NFC Championship game. And that's the game that I probably want to see is Saints-Cardinals in the NFC Championship. 1st and 10 at 25, and again, boys, don't look now. 5:19 remaining. Denver bringing this within 2 possessions, and now how important would that touchdown have been when Lindsey fumbled it at like the 3-yard line earlier to try to make it a 1-possession game. But can't think about that now, as we will have a toss to Boston Scott, and Boston Scott utilizes the hole really well. Boston Scott falls forward all the way to the 33-yard line, gain of 8 there, and the clock continues to tick again. I'm assuming we'll see a pretty conservative approach here from Indianapolis.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
I was cheering for Justin, but I'd die of laughter if he blew it. Yeah, I mean, that would be absolutely hilarious. 2nd and 2 at the 33. We'll see a stretch concept here to Boston Scott, and Boston Scott has the hole, and Boston Scott takes it all the way. Dead leg! He loves those dead legs, man. Boston Scott, 20 rushes, 179 yards in the day, really controlling the flow of the game on the ground. Justin's been doing all day, and now he takes it inside the 37-yard line, or inside the 40, excuse me, that's what I meant to say. 1st and 10. At the 37 again, 4:30 remaining here, and Denver really going to need to stop here, like right now, to give themselves any semblance of a chance at this point. Counter to the right, Boston Scott once again hits the hole perfectly. Boston Scott Phil tries to strip it, unable to do so, and he falls forward for a gain of 15, almost hitting 200 yards on this day, again, doing a really nice job of controlling the ground game. And again, I hate to repeat myself, if I'm Phil, gotta stack the box like right now. I think that's the main thing that I'd like criticize Phil of doing, defensively. Excuse me. Is he knows that Justin's gonna do a pretty run heavy approach here, but not quite stacking the box as much as he needs to. And Boston Scott that time gets locked down as he will take it. It's a 21-yard line gain of 1, but that's what you need there if you're Denver. And now if you're Denver, at what point do you start calling your timeouts? Because, we're heading to 3 minutes remaining here. I'm not saying you call them like right now, but I'll be interested to see when Phil does that. 2nd and 9 to 21. And if I'm Justin, I'm turning on conservative ball carrying right now, just making sure you don't fumble. And if you need to kick a field goal, that's fine. Still make it a 16-point game at that point. 2nd and 9 at the 21. It looks like we have a slip screen here, and watch. It might be guarded. No, it looks like there's going to be holding on this play potentially as he just drops out of bounds. But no roughing the passer, excuse me. I didn't even see that. I saw what looked like a holding animation. I thought that was going to be it, but looks like you roughed the passer there. 1st and goal at the 8. And this may be a game here if Indianapolis is able to punch this ball in. I mean, it will be a game if Justin's able to punch this ball in as he comes out in Wildcat. And if I'm Phil, I'm doing some engage 8 right here. So we have a counter, and Wilkins breaks 1 tackle, able to spin forward to the 6-yard liner.
20, Jordan Wilkins, the ball carrier. Bradley Chubb on the tackle. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
As time continues to tick off this clock here, again, we are approaching the 2-minute warning, and I'm really not being too aggressive here as Scott will take it to the 4-yard line. 2 minutes 30 remaining, and again, when will Denver call their timeouts? Looks like they're not going to yet, so looks like Indianapolis probably take this to the 2-minute warning and try to make this a 3-possession game with a touchdown. as we have an RPO here. Michael Pittman utilizes the blocking. Touchdown, Colts. And that is game here at Mile High Stadium.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Got exciting there for a second. Denver threw 2 straight touchdowns, but in the end, Justin definitely deserved this game. He was the far more efficient user, the far, frankly, better user on both sides of the ball throughout the game, and it looks like he will get a decisive victory here at Mile High Stadium. And
For the extra point.
I'll be interested to see again that Justin Young Alex game. That's going to be much watched television, and no matter who wins, the loser is going to be complaining day in and day out for the rest of the playoffs. 44-24 Colts, and again, Justin with a really impressive win here in Mile High Stadium.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Lindsay with a pretty nice return there. Actually takes it to the 33, and this is for pride's sake at this point. Denver, of course, down by 20, just trying to put some more points on the board before their season ends. But if you're Phil, definitely some opportunities you're going to be kicking yourself for. Of course, that fumble on the 3-yard line is pretty tough, but again, way too inefficient in the passing game to say he deserved this victory whatsoever. 2 straight interceptions on his opening 2 drives. Just 3 really bad reads by Drew Lock. Then throw those 3 interceptions. I'm not really sure what he was thinking on any of them. As with an angle route, and Drew Lock. This may be the lack of confidence we were talking about, Dan. He overthrows it on what looked like a pretty easy angle route concept there. 2nd and 10 at the 33 as we have hit the 2-minute warning. Connor, you won't need to commentate that game because they'll do it for you in streams. Yep. I almost should just have them in the announcing booth and just let them complain the entire day. That would be fun. 2nd and 10 at 33. Drew Lock and company again. Just too inefficient to win this game. We'll see what they do here. A couple chunk plays in the 4th quarter were not enough to overcome the deficit that they put themselves in, as Drew Lock will drop back, and Drew Lock will go to Sutton. Sutton with a really nice contested catch there, but again, this is all been addressing at this point.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Undisguised cover 3. We'll see what he's able to do here. Goes to the tight end. That's not even tight end, but goes to the slot seam immediately there. That is Jerry Jeudy with the first catch of his that I can remember all day. Jerry Jeudy pretty underutilized this game in general. 1st and 10 at 35. Drew Lock drops back as he will get hit, throw out a sack, but it will fall harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and 10 at the 35. I want predictions for the Justin Alex game. That's what I want here as we end this game. I think Young Alex is going to win. Not confident about that at all, but I think Young Alex is going to win. Who do y'all got in this game? Because again, I think 2 of the more impressive playoff users so far from what I've seen is Locke's Philip Lindsay as a hooker dislodges it. 3rd and 10 at 35 as we are just over a minute remaining now in Mile High Stadium.
Malik Hooker on the coverage.
Dan subscribes. Thank you so much. Oh my God, Jared Judy almost came down with it. Thank you so much for the subscription. Dan says Young Alex. Taint says Justin by 17. So we have already 0 consensus. I'm just inclined to say Young Alex based on what I saw in that Morty game and based on what I've seen all season long. Because again, that Young Alex schedule was no joke. He played with a lot of good users to get here. But again, nothing would shock me, honestly. I'm not willing to bet my life on either of those users necessarily. 4th and 10. Drew Lock trying to make this a bit less of an embarrassing loss. Excuse me. He will drop back. Has the seam open? Ends up going to it as Noah Fancy just did not react to the ball. You'd love to see that. You'll love to see that lack of heart from your tight end there. Just may have had an opportunity to catch there and just didn't take it. Didn't want it. Morty saying AFC West fail. Morty, you catch me. I didn't get pass. God damn it! Fuck. Oh my God. I wasn't winning a game in the playoffs anyway, so we're real with ourselves. 44-24 victory as Philip Rivers will take a knee. Denver not calling timeout, so that will be game. And yeah, Morty. surprising because that, that was looking like the best division in football. It still might be the best division in football, probably other than the NFC West at this point. But 0 playoff wins from the AFC West, and that will be a storyline I'm sure we talk about in our next pod. Second 11, of course. Rivers going to take one more knee, and as the time runs out, Justin Tea Leaf with a really impressive 44-24 victory here over Phil's Denver Broncos. I said heading into the game, I wouldn't be surprised if Justin won. I did not see a blowout win like this coming, but congrats to Justin, man. Definitely deserved it. Definitely the better of the two users, and he will see young Alex in the divisional round. Congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, yeah, you're right. How can I forget the NFC East? You're right. The Cowboys are just god tier. Again, man, congrats to Justin. He definitely deserved it. He was definitely the more efficient and, frankly, just made the better decisions between the two users. And you can see right there. Kind of similar offensive stats and yards per play, but 4 turnovers to nothing. That'll do it. And, again, big congratulations to Justin Thiele. I was about to say along with my co-host, but there wasn't any co-host. I am solo coming this thing. Along with my own damn self, I am your play-by-play man for this game, Connor Rice. Congrats to Justin once again. Peace.